Hey there YouTube, I'm JD and welcome to another Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. This week's topic comes from Charlie, and it's not our own Charlie, but it's a different Charlie. Basically, Charlie lives in a very Christian community. They've been a fan of the Pagan Perspective for a while, and they want to know our opinion on how we individually deal with coming out of the broom closet and speaking with people in our community about our personal religions. The way I usually deal with that is very similar to the way I deal with my sexuality. Being a gay man in a community where it's predominantly black and Christian, it's kind of a taboo subject to talk about being gay, and you especially don't want to talk about witchcraft and things like that. They tend to act very strange and finicky when it comes to anything pagan. Some of the people in my community don't even really have a good understanding of what pagan means, to be honest, which is why I'm on the Pagan Perspective. I'm hoping that I can educate some of the people in my own community and then some others about paganism. But I digress. Normally I bring up topics that covers homosexuality. I'll talk about news stories where the current administration, the administration at the time, the Obama administration, when they were working towards trying to get the states to work with same-sex marriage, I would bring it up and we pay very close attention to the person's facial expressions. Normally, when people don't like the topic, they'll get really closed off. Watch their body language a lot. So for Charlie, in your example, if you want to bring up witchcraft, talk about Harry Potter. That's a great way to start, kind of to break the ice and test out the person. If you notice that they're closing themselves off, if you notice that they're like turning away from you, or they're like looking at their cell phones and not really caring about it, and it's directly tied to when you bring up Harry Potter, or if you go further, you start talking about the movie The Craft and things. Typically, people who don't like the movie Craft, don't like Harry Potter books, and they're really Christian, these people are not going to be very accepting of you being involved in paganism, magic, or what have you. You want to look for people who are straight up and down fans of these things. Like if they are huge fans of Harry Potter, they're going to likely be more open-minded. Doesn't necessarily mean that they will accept it, but it's a better place to start from someone who enjoys a fictional world about magic. You kind of have some common ground, and you can kind of tell them, you can almost teach them, and that way, that's the way to kind of have them accept you more. You can teach them about magic using that fictional world of Harry Potter or what have you. If you don't want to bring up Harry Potter, you can talk about Naruto. I've talked about this time and time again. Naruto is magic. It may be more of an Asian type of magic, but it's straight up and down magic. They're dealing with elements. So that's a great common ground too. If you're dealing with people like in schools and things, if you're like a high school or a middle school or something like that, and you've got a group of anime friends, Naruto is a great place to kind of bring up and talk about the magic in there. And then you can kind of spring on them that you practice a type of magic, and that will kind of help them see if they're curious about it, after you've already started with that common ground of that fictional world. And you can begin to teach them your side of things, and then perhaps they'll teach you their particular Christian religion, because you want to stay open-minded. You don't want to, close your mind off. You want to kind of give them the same respect that you want them to give you. Other than that, that's the best way I would do it. Try to find common ground. That's the only way I would do with it. I've talked to a lot of people personally, and I love all things science fiction. I love talking about the astral world. I read books about the astral world since I was a small kid. So everybody who comes in contact with me, they kind of know I'm not like your regular person. I'm certainly not Christian with the things I bring up and I talk about. So it hasn't been too much of a problem for me in my adult life, in the workplace and things like that. It's not a huge deal. I'm the type of guy who will have a statue of an Egyptian god on my desk at work. So everybody knows when they walk in, like, who they're dealing with me. That's another great thing. You can start to wear things from the pantheon that you are involved in to kind of start a conversation piece. If someone sees that thing that you're wearing and they feel offended by it, you already know that's not going to be the best friend to deal with. Now, to address your other concern about losing friends. The way I see friendship is that And I know this is going to sound kind of cold, but the way I see friendship is a relationship where both people are getting something out of it. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but you are friends with people because they're either giving you some type of pleasure where you enjoy talking about your day with them and they listen to you, or you're getting some kind of monetary thing out of it, because sometimes friends will do what we call I got your back. You get my back, I got your back. Basically meaning if you're going to go to Starbucks one day, you don't have the money, I'll go ahead and pay for it so long as you return the favor. That's a very well-known thing that friends do. Well, if this person doesn't accept your religion, then they probably aren't the type of friend that you want to keep. And it's very easy to make new friends. I don't need to go into a whole video about making friends, but there are better people out there. Don't waste your time trying to hold on to somebody who doesn't accept you for who you are. Other than that, Charlie, I hope that answers the question. Thank you so much for the question. I will see you all right here next week on Wednesday. Thanks so much, and blessed be.